this is coming from a real friend from yours. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have haters or you don't got people saying I don't like how they take these pictures, whatever the case may be, or under yo just talking crazy, that means you're doing something right. You're doing something right, and that influences me and that empowers me because like I want to do this.
Hi, my name is Devin Philpott, and welcome to the Refresh Podcast. Today we have our special guest, Richard. He's an R&B singer, an R&B artist for Refresh Collective in his own, and his inspiring view take on poverty was very inspiring to me, and I already know it's going to be inspiring to you. Hope you guys can enjoy it, and see you then. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the episode of the podcast, and I'm here with my special guest.
Richard, aka Pretty Boy Rich.
And my name is Devin Philpott, and we're going to be talking about the topic of poverty. So for our first question, how would you define poverty and what do you think causes it?
How do I define it is basically a lack of resources, in my opinion. Because you can have nothing and just have flat out nothing, but you can have like a significant amount of resources to help you. It's in the mindset game, in my opinion. Because I can always think broke. You know what I'm saying? If you think broke, you're gonna be broke. You know what I'm saying? But if you think with the mindset of hey, I got a little stableness, you can be a little stable. It's all a mindset game, and how I think cause it is people just it's another mindset game. People just don't want to take their life seriously or want to grow from it. They don't want to do it. And plus from now on, they're getting influenced by everything that's around the world, everything that we getting put into our minds. You know what I'm saying? And it's just having us think a little bit differently, but it's just people just don't want to do it. I just feel like people lazy. That's what caused it. Now you in debt or you in like you losing your house or you late on rent. That's because of you. If you be on top of it, you don't gotta worry about nothing no more. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta worry about it as long as you're on top of your game. If you're on top of your game, you'll be straight in life.
That's a good viewpoint about that, because it is like a mindset. If you say but if you have like a lazy mindset and you're not trying to get it, even though sometimes you need to get it, you're going to put yourself into a poverty or like a position that you don't have a lot of money to buy your necessary things. So I for sure get that.
Right. My mindset is, look, I can rest when I can rest later. But right now, it's too much work that I got to do. It's too much things that I got to get done. It's too much things that my family needs for me to provide for them. It's only been me and my little brother for real. So I got to put him first before I put anything else. But I can rest when I got everything good and I checked off everything on my list.
So what you do to provide for your little sibling?
Just trying to be there for him, like, and emotionally, because, not a lot of people understand him. He's very, not unpredictable, but, like, we're two different persons. I'm outgoing, he more like to himself, and I'm just trying to understand his viewpoints of everything and how he think. It's nothing but just, just listening. They don't have to always need a comment for certain things, you know what I'm saying? So if I could just be there as a big brother and show him, like, the way, you know what I'm saying? Because the other brother, our older brother, he got, he an adult now, he ain't there, like, he doing his own thing. And I'm the closest thing, and we did come out of, he's, my bigger brother's on my dad's side, and me and him come from both parents, We got the same people, we seen everything. So he's the only person that really seen how my life started from this, got up, then went back down again, and then got back up. So he's seen everything like that. But I'm just making sure I'm there for him emotionally because he got a lot of stuff, and I feel like I got a lot of anger built up in him. But I feel like if he could just come to me and let that out and be emotional support, that's my way of providing. I could go on and on, but I'm gonna just break it down like that.
Mm-hmm. So for our second question, how did poverty affect your plans for college, work, or leaving home?
So there's a couple ways I can go about this. Really, I'm not really like I'm thinking about going back to college, but I don't really think you have to have some type of money. If I would have went straight on without no job and no nothing, I probably would have been screwed. Maybe in a lot of debt. You know what I'm saying? And knowing me, I'm not gonna go for just a college work and be locked in. You know what I'm there for. I ain't gonna say too much, but at least I'm being honest with myself. A lot of people don't be honest with, what I'm saying? Because I know sometimes college ain't gonna be for everybody. Or if I would have took that step, I would have approached it completely differently. I would have got my job, make sure I got my money together, and then just always go back the next year. You know what I'm saying? Like that song "Burning Slow." You have to take it slow first before you start running. But me, I think about it as I gotta run first, so I gotta learn later. You know what I'm saying? That's how some people have to learn these days. But um, it's a lot. It's a lot of things about just me leaving the house because if I leave the house, anything could happen because of where I'm at. You know, I try to live life at a full potential. It's a lot of bad stuff, but and it's a lot of good stuff to it too. You just have to see everything. You know, and I've pretty much seen everything. I've seen people walk out. I've seen people stay. You know, I got closest friends that I thought that would never, be there, but now, you know, they gone. But I just couldn't balance that because I'm so like tunnel vision and everything, and that goes for another thing with the mindset. If you're not surrounding yourself with people that wants to be good, you know what I'm saying, wants to be financially good or whatever the case may be, or whatever you're doing in the arts, because we know we got both perspective of art. You know, if they keep thinking about doing dumb stuff, because you know how we do in our generation. If they want to keep thinking that, let them be that. Surround yourself by successful people and people that actually do your craft, because they gonna elevate you. That's what I think about.
Uh, To go off the point that you said, just like when you surround yourself around people that do the same craft as you, especially like you know how like the thing like, is it like iron sharpens iron?
Yeah,
It's like
the iron sharpens iron.
yeah, it's just like if it's people better than you, you will always get better.
Of
That makes
course, yeah,
sense.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When I come here, like let's say for example, because I do multiple arts, but let's just say for example, Kayla is better than me at dancing, but every time we dance together, or if I be around her for her to dance, you know what I'm saying, I will always pick up something and get better. I don't have to take up everything because I have to make it my own style, but I could take whatever she's doing and add it onto my thing.
Like a remix.
Yeah, you can surround yourself with Jameer. He got a better tone than me. You know what I'm saying? Of singing, he got everything. But I'm not gonna let that be like, oh yeah, or maybe his time might be up more. You know what I'm saying? Cause my time is gonna come eventually. Everybody's time gonna come. You just have to be patient. And if you surround yourself with people that's willing to help you and be better, because if you play basketball or you play soccer, whatever you play sports. If you play soccer with somebody that's better than you, you're going to get better. No matter if it takes 2 days or 2 months, you're going to get better. That's how I feel about that.
So that brings to our third question. Have you ever felt pressure to succeed in order to help your family financially?
Man, I feel a lot of pressure. I'm still feeling the pressure because I'm really the middle child, and the middle child got so much pressure on them. Yeah, that's just how I feel about it. I have to do so much, for my people because we are not, like I said, for the property. I don't have a lot of resources for real, for real. I'm always grateful that I have a roof over my head. I'm grateful that I have my people there, but it's just some stuff I just gotta learn on my own, and I've been learning on my own and how to raise my little brother when the times that they was out at work all day and night. You know what I'm saying? So how it affects me, it's not technically holding me back, but it's just something that you just keep getting hit with and hit with. It could overwhelm you, but I don't really think it's gonna overwhelm me. But it's all that pressure on feeling like, hey man, we gotta get this, or seeing my mom struggling to pay rent, or whatever the case may be. Like that's putting a lot of pressure on me. My little brother's still young; he's still growing. I'm technically still growing too. We all still growing, no matter how old you is. But I'm older. I have to know what being a man is. He don't have to worry about that. So that's why it's putting. And plus, we're black men in this world, and it's not gonna be easy for us. And that's already pressure itself.
That was a good personal testament. I for sure understand what you're talking about. So for our fourth question, in what ways do you think poverty has made you stronger or more resourceful? Yeah, I know it's a good question. I'll give you time to think about it.
How did it make me stronger? I'm okay. I'm gonna say this. I ain't trying to do super long, but I'm gonna say this. Um, Anything can make you stronger. If it ain't kill you, it's gonna make you stronger. You know, I say every day that I have to do this. I have to, I want to do this and I want it so much. Nobody can understand if, oh, it's me. The only thing that's stopping you is me. Well, everything that's stopping you and is yourself. If you feel like you don't want to do this, or you don't feel like you don't want to record, or whatever the case may be, that's on you. That's just having people, because it's gonna be people in there that's in the studio every day, or it's gonna be people that's behind the camera 24/7. You know, but just gonna be times where people is just like, yeah, you ain't gonna be able to do it. So my thing is, I have people and I have closest friends that told me they ain't gonna do it. They don't know what friends is. You know what I'm saying? They just like, if you can't do it this way, then you ain't gonna succeed at all. And I have seen everything. I have seen a lot of people fall just because of the people that they are around, because they don't have the right guidance. And it really starts in the household, for real. But you know, it, it, you only get, especially in like music or whatever the case may be, you get influenced by a lot of things. You know, they make it seem cool for this stuff to be hating on people. If you don't have haters, man, and this is coming from a real friend from yours, you know what I'm saying? If you don't have haters, or you don't got people saying I don't like how they take these pictures, whatever the case may be, or under yo just talking crazy, that means you're doing something right. You're doing something right, and that influences me and that empowers me, because like, I want to do this. As soon as I get right, I'm leaving. I'm not, y'all ain't seeing nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what I want, and nobody been there. I'm acting different. You know, I won't. It's too many people that saying like, oh, you ain't gonna do this and you ain't gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? But when I do get that, it's gonna feel so much better. And from the people that put that fire in me, it's gonna make me get it. Cause I can think about my ex and how she left me, or whatever the case may be. I wasn't good enough because I was being the artist that she had. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real
As you
because
should, yeah.
you know, because I have been all over the place. I'm not the person that I am. We don't wanna do that. But still, you know, that they just had, you just got people out here stealing bread and milk just to have some. I said that wrong. Just to have some, stealing cereal and milk just to have some cereal. You know, I was about to say something crazy. I was about to say stealing bread and cereal just to have some milk. I said that again.
It still kind of makes sense.
But you know, like, that's what I can't make a sandwich because I don't got everything for it. You know what I'm saying? So I understand that, but you don't have to do that. Have a role model, or have somebody that you look up to. You know, and you know, just take that time to like, hey man, I don't want to be like him, but I'm gonna do everything that he's doing. You know, cause he's living his life. He's stable. He has a, whatever the case may be. You know, so to shorten it down, you know, people makes me stronger every day. You know, I'm not dead yet, so I have to keep living and making a difference from me and my family. I know that seemed kind of long, but
Yeah,
you know,
it was cool. It was perfect. It was perfect, honestly. So for our last question, what would you want someone your age who hasn't experienced poverty to understand about your life? Or basically saying like, how would you say your life in a testament? Like, how would you explain in your life, like the struggles, the accomplishments?
the best way I could put it is a roller coaster.
A
That's the
bad
best
one or
way.
like one of them kiddie rides?
That's the best. That's the best way to put it. And I'm gonna go a little deeper because this is the last question. You know, I need a lot of screen time. You know what I'm saying? But um, you know, once you first starting off, you going to get this straight cruise line. You just starting off. You learning. The straight shot is you're learning. You know, and you know, you're picking up everything you need just so you can get up to that steep hill and keep going up. That first up is gonna feel like, man, I can actually kind of do this. It's gonna get you the confidence, or whatever the case may be. And as you keep going up, you keep learning and keep going up. But once you get that drop, it's gonna be the hardest drop. It feel like you can't get back up no more, or it feel like the ride so, you know, it feel like the ride so long down, you know, and you keep falling down. But I promise you, whatever you do, and this goes for everybody that's, you know, younger than me or older than me that can learn from some. Once you go back up, it's gonna be the easiest go back up ever. But you have to learn how it feel to go down. Cause a roller coaster is gonna take you like this. Basically, more traditional roller coasters, whatever the case may be. You have to experience that drop eventually. We all anticipate it. We all know it's coming. You know what I'm saying? So we're getting ourselves ready, but we're not thinking about it because once we going up, we're not thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? But anything could happen because everybody are in this world is so against you, and it's crazy to me. You know, no matter where you come from, Cleveland or wherever you come from, especially in Cleveland now, because you look up left to right, everybody dying or whatever the case may be. So once you go down and you get back up, you're gonna stay up. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be easy for you because you know everything. You know how it's like to be down. You know what it's like to be kicked around and played with. You know what I'm saying? To people that's my age, or people that's growing up, mainly the kids, learn from the part that learn from my life is learn how it feels to hit so hard that you feel like that you can't get back up no more. Because it's going to humble you. You're gonna feel good about certain things, like mellow, or you might have the cool swag. You know what I'm saying? But kids can look worse than what I'm looking right now. You know what I'm saying? And if they've been through that and they understand, like, hey man, at least I got clothes on my body, because people don't. I got clean clothes. Maybe that might not be the style, how the generation is.
Quick, I gotta make sure my guests here they eat. You know, they over here on interviews. Alright.
You got my Arizona, the market, my
You
Arizona.
gonna put the nasty
All right.
chips? Thing I can say about that before we end the podcast is like, um, I experienced a lot of ups and downs, and when you talking about it like that, I actually envisioned it like that. I was like, okay, this happened, but let me not get too high, so when I fall, it crushes me. Like for example, I made it to regionals, but when we got eliminated, or when we made it to regionals, I was happy. The ride there was beautiful. I get to spend time with my teammates. There's only 4 of us. Then one of my teammates, something was up with his leg, but just like I get passed the baton to him, and he just. But I was like, I already know what's gonna happen. We got eliminated. Then it didn't crush me as bad because I made it there. Like, I never made it to regionals in my life, and I was like, I'm running at regionals. So just like we made it there, but when you get to a certain level, don't get too high, so the drop don't be too bad for you. Because when you go up so high, it's how far you go down that's gonna affect you so much.
Right, because I let being at the top get to me, and then I made one big giant mistake that I advise everybody not to. But I really didn't have people to tell me about that, so I had to learn the hard way of things, and then that drop just made it 10 times worse, and just 10 times worse. And I have experienced, not to get into like this certain thing, but I almost died a couple times. And this year I felt like when I got the win, I thought I was in that concussion. I feel like I was going into that. It gave me clarity because but I couldn't. Whatever happened happens. It's like whatever happens. You can't control certain things. But it would have sucked if I would have right there. But I was thinking about, is everybody gonna be good after I'm gone? Not just everybody like just sad, whatever it may be, but is everybody gonna be good when they gone? Is everybody gonna, take this opportunity to and better themselves and take what I have learned to impact them? Because it really is. It's a book. Your life is a book. You read it. You complete every chapter, like high school, middle school, whatever the case may be. And whatever how you feeling on that certain chapter, if you feeling happy, sad, or whatever the case may be, you feeling guilt, whatever the case may be, the sun gonna always be there regardless. You know what I'm saying? That sun gonna be up. Whether it's winter, fall, summer, spring, it's gonna be up no matter how long you feeling. So it's up to you to fill that chapter. And when that chapter closes, I can open it up and be like, yeah, man, Devin has really impacted my life. He's really changed me and shown me things. I just want to go back and have the conversations we had and the teachings that he had me, just with his art or life in general. You know what I'm saying? And then when I finally figure out that I have every chapter for people to understand and I can affect and take people's time seriously, I can close my book and hopefully somebody, maybe my son or whatever case may be, can go back and be like, man, this is what my dad did, and this is what I remember him telling me this, and maybe that book can help him grow up as a man when I'm not there. So I'm thinking, if I'm not there, is they gonna be good? And that's pretty much how I'm gonna say about that. And, to answer that question.
That's a good
But
answer.
how do you feel about everything? I know you the host, but how do you feel about everything though, like the property and everything? How did that affect and change you to the man that you is today?
It just made me more, it made me more grateful for things. It made me like realize people call me lucky, even though I'm not lucky.
I mean, you get a lucky start, but that's about it.
I'm saying nobody, yeah, like, yeah. It just, I'm just, for me growing up for poverty in a couple years in the beginning of my life, I realized like you said, I kind of got lucky. It's like I was fortunate enough to have both parents. I was fortunate enough to move out of the dangerous neighborhood to move into a blessed but still dangerous neighborhood. But just like I was fortunate to get out of them situations that can probably put me in a long other path. It put me in a way to realize that like, hey, people don't have this opportunity as me, so let me try my best to get the opportunity to them. And it just like, it just made me be more like, this flies over my face. It's like this, it made me realize that like other people don't have this. So let me try my best when I get older or at my age now to help them get to the type of level. Cause I know like it's guidance. If you don't have guidance in your life, it makes your decisions more irrational.
Yeah, cause everybody gonna think they fighting for themselves, and it don't really have to be like that.
It's just like,
'Cause I grew up in Garfield all my life. It ain't bad, but it ain't the best either. But it's still it does wonders, and I don't think I want to move from there because like it ain't good and ain't bad. It's just kind of balanced.
it's like everywhere. It's like everywhere. In Cleveland, it's a bad place to live at. It's weird. Like it's so weird.
Yeah, that's just basically people around you for real. Like the people is so man. So it might seem like I'm a people person, but I'm really not. I deal with people. I can deal with them because we die alone, but we live among men. You know what I'm saying? We have to live among these creatures. We have to live among females or whatever the case may be. We have to do that. I can't just go around social America because how I'm gonna work, how I'm gonna go to school. You know what I'm saying? Or how I'm gonna do my arts and how I'm gonna sing and how I'm gonna perform in front of like billions of people if I get to that level. How I'm gonna do that? And it's all people and creatures. I don't have to like them. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain people that you know what I'm saying I take a chance on. You know what I'm saying? Because life is all about taking chances. Whether it's relationships, your art, or whatever the case may be, your education, whatever the case may be, it's all about taking chances. You use your 9 to 5, or whatever the case may be. That's how I use my job. Whatever the case may be, I use my job to stack up that money. I take a shot, I shoot, take that shot. And if it don't work, I'm going back to work and do it again, repeating that process. So I use it as, cause I don't want to do nobody's dream. I don't mess with that. I want to do my own dream. You know. So once I take that shot, and if I miss or make it, at least I took it. A lot of people don't take shots. And it's a 50-50 chance that you're gonna make it. It's a 50-50 chance that you're gonna miss. But if you shoot, it's a chance that you can make it. So that goes for the younger people and everybody. It's like, man, cause like let's take this for example. Kayla and Ravion, they always had jobs and I didn't. And it's kind of make them hard to like take me out anywhere when I just don't have no money and they just have to constantly pay me. And it's just like, man, I just want something. But at the time I didn't have my ID, I didn't have my things to go get that card or to go get that job, whatever the case may be. And yes, I was hating. If y'all see this, I was hating, and I'm still hating to this day, cause I am where I want to be at. But I want to see y'all win. I want to see whoever around me win, and that's not like I don't hate people just for they doing better than me or they have it a little bit more easier. I just take it and if they can be weird about it, they can be weird about it. But and I try not to involve myself with or compare myself to other people's lives because that's just only gonna make me down. That's only gonna bring me down to further where I don't want to be at. That's gonna take me to that dark place. I don't want to lose myself, and I'm in the middle of losing myself, but not in like that way and stuff like that. I'm trying every day with every 24 hours I get. I'm trying to maintain everything, but I don't compare my life to other people. Because if I do, it's just you might as well just go ahead and kill me if I do.
And plus, it causes you more stress if you worry about if you compare yourself to other people. Like for example, I think I've seen this on TikTok or Instagram. Like a lot of people like they compare themselves to like world class photographers. Like photographers have been doing it for years, But the only person you gotta worry about is yourself, because it's like them photographers don't know you, or if you friends with them, it's probably a bit different. But still, don't worry about
Yeah.
them, because they on their own journey. They gonna find their own connections. They gonna find their own. Oh my
I agree
god.
too. I agree. And I'm gonna tell you why I agree. Because this guy right here, one of the best photographers I know, and since last year I've known him. I've always been envious of him because
No,
he
I'm keeping
had
this in.
he nah, but like on like cause you know I gotta be real. Like I'm behind the camera, but I also gotta be behind
I
the
think you should
camera.
sit down so they can see you.
Okay. But basically, put my leg on your leg. But basically, since last year, since I've known him, I've always been envious of him because he had skills that I just simply lacked or I didn't have. He had equipment that I also didn't have. He had a better background than I ever like had, and because of that, I was always envious of him to the point where I wouldn't say I resented you, but like to a point, it got to a point where I kind of felt like in competition to where um it was like, oh well, if Devin if Devin if he can do this, then I gotta one up him and do better than what he did in this section, or um he's over here making videos, I gotta make movies. I always had this feeling of one upping them, but over time, literally, like it didn't last long because over time, like towards the end of I'd say last summer, like the summer program, I've learned that even though like you don't have everything that you don't have everything that you want, you don't have everything that the next person, like the person next to you, has. It's not about what you have, it's about what you do with what you have. So over time I realized like me hating is not going, it's not, put your hand down, me hating on another person, it's not going it's not going to do nothing. Like um and even like towards like the end of the summer program, I was like, hey, this is where I came
He
from.
just took
This
over.
is do a little cameo. This is a little cameo. But I was like, hey, this is where I came from, and I want you to know. Oh, sorry, this is where I came from. This is where I wanted you to also see where I came from. But yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, I'm done. Here.
All right, but before the cameo, before we wrap things up, Devin, I just want to say, man, if anybody else want to say it, I'm proud of you for everything that you accomplished and achieved, man. Keep going, keep growing into more life.
Of course, I don't got nothing in my Arizona, so I'm gonna sit, I'm drinking it. 1 minute. And speaking on Mellow Point too, you hear me? I hated you last year, bruh. I'm kidding. But when you said the competition part, you for sure was not lying about that. It wasn't between me and you. It was between other people. Basically, I was in competition with you. It was competition with other people. Like for example, it's different. Like you said you may have a competition with me. I was having competitions with my people that was higher than me. So it's I get what you're talking about, because you always in competitions. Somebody is better than you, but it's very healthy to have that same competition. That means you willing to get better. So don't say like that competition is bad. It's healthy,
It can be bad from how you.
but don't get obsessed with that competition, bro.
Yeah, I mean, you in competition with everybody. As men, we're in competition, you know, with everybody. We are in competition with you, with him. You know what I'm saying? I be hating people because they like handsome people. No, weird stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? If a man is handsome or look better than me, you know what I'm saying? I can like, oh, well, he probably get more girls because he blessed with this and that. So I hated him for it. You know what I'm saying? I hated him for that. Anybody that looked better than me or claimed to be better than me, you know what I'm saying? So I try to self-improve myself, get in the gym or whatever the case may be, you know, so I can evolve to look not only better for the women, because obviously we need women, you know, but as, you know, to be better and take that next step in myself, you know. So in whatever y'all doing, you know, how the competition is, but everybody, we all in competition with people. It just is what it is, especially men, you know. So let's wrap this thing up so we can get on with it. But
All
if
right.
y'all got anything else,
So I want to thank you for our special guest. I want to thank you for our cameo that came out of nowhere and gave us chips in Arizona.
those trips is trifling.
Those chips are nasty. Those chips are nasty.
Never be a nice to y'all ever again.
Give us some Doritos or something, man. I need something budgeted,
You know I'm broke, bro. I don't got no money. You got Dorito money?
something like that. But yeah,
I just want to say that, like, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next podcast. And don't be in competition with other people to a point that you start getting delusional.
exactly. Because that's only gonna cloud your mind of what you is capable of doing at yourself. Everybody got their own journey.
Push yourself to a certain extent by competing, but don't regress yourself trying to do it, and don't assess yourself either. But those trips are trifling. I see y'all next episode, and yeah.
That's the Pretty Boy Rich episode.
Yeah, Devin's out. Peace, y'all.